let us look at the last part G, which is about queries, and these are one of the most important tools in the database. Once you learn how to create queries, database will always be easy for you. We are going to start with the first one. They are saying that create a query showing all people born after 1980. Save query as query 1. So the key important aspect in this query is this part. People born after 1980. So remember we say that a query is a tool which helps you to filter out information of specific need. Now in this case, what do we need? We want to see from our company records, we want to see those people who were born after 1980. After 1980. So that is our required aspect. Now we need to design a criteria that will help us pick out only those people who were born after 1980. Let us go back to the database and see. We want to create, so we go to create, this time under queries. We shall use the query design. So you click query design. Remember our database has two tables. It has the staff and new staff rec. But the new staff rec was a modification, so we are not going to use it. We are going to use staff. So you click staff and then click add. And then you can close here. So what do we have here? We have our table staff with all records. So what you need to do is to double click these fields as they are added to the query. So you can see that after clicking them, they are down here, field name, surname, date of birth, etc. Our query, remember, we want people who were born after 1980. That means that if we are to get those people, the right field, the appropriate field we are going to go to is the date of birth field, because that is where we can get the year 1980. So under date of birth, in this criteria row, we come here and say people who were born after 1980. What does that mean? It means that those people must have been born after 31st December 1980, because whoever was born after 1980 must be born after 31st December. So that's what we are going to put here. And the after means greater than. So we are going to use the operator. Do you remember operator from our notes? We talked about operators. We talked about these operators. So greater than, the operator looks like this, the greater than symbol. We shall put the greater than. And remember also from our notes, we say that when we are writing dates, we enclose them in hash. So we shall put hash. The year is December 31st, 1980 is the year, and close hash. So this is our criteria now for us to be able to get people who were born after 1980. When you finish to put the criteria, you come here and click run. When you run, you can now see that you have those people. In the column of date of birth, you can't see anyone who is before 1980. So we have 7 people, 7 records of those people who were born after 1980. So this is our query. When you try to close it, it will ask you, do you want to save? Yes. They told us to save it as query 1, so we click OK. Now this side of object map, you can see we have two tables, these ones, and now we have queries. So far we have one query. I think we are good to go on. Let us see the next query. They say that create a query showing males born before 1980. Male born before 1980, and save it as query 2. So what do we do? Simply we follow the same procedure. Go to create, under queries, go to query design, pick your table, which is staff, add it there, close this, add the fields on your query, okay, and then when you are done, they say that we want males. So the important, our it is this, what we want is here, we want males born before 1980. It means that when we go to the company, we are looking for only male employees who were born before 1980. This is the specific information we are looking for. So we go here. Here we have two criteria, because the first criteria we are looking for male. The second criteria, those males must be born before 1980. So we have two aspects. One is under sex. So under sex you put there male, because we use the M to indicate male, so you put it there. Then secondly, in the field of date of birth, we want people who were born before. So before it is less than hash. So people who were born before 1980, it means that they were born before 1st January 1980. So that's what you put, 1st January 1980. Close the hash and then run. You can see that we only have one person who was born before 1980, and then is a male. So they told us to save this query as query 2, which is here, and we can close. Next we can come to the next query. Create a query showing all males born after 1980 but earn above 600. So here we have three criteria. One, we want male employees. That's one. Number two, they must be born after 1980. Number three, they must be earning above 600. So let us go and create our query. In the create menu, we go under queries, query design. We want from the staff table, add, and then we can put all our we put our fields to the query. So they said first of all that we want male, so we put M to indicate male under sex. 2, they say that these people must be born after 1980. So we have already seen how that criteria is written. So we are writing it 1980. And then lastly, they say that they must be earning above 600. So greater than 600, because above means greater than, and then you run. You can see that there's only one person who was born after 1980 who is male and is earning above 600. They told us to save that as query 3. Okay, and then lastly, the other query, create a query showing all females, this time females, and these females, and I mean the query should only show these fields. Okay, it should only show those fields, and we should save it as query 4. So this time we don't want the number, we don't want the date of birth in our query. So we go to query, create, query design. We want from the staff, and then they say that in our query we want surname, department, sex and salary. Surname, department, sex, department, and then salary. And they say that they want all female, so we simply put F here to indicate female, and then we run. You can see how it looks like. They told us to save it as query 4. So we are done with our questions. That was the last question. Now our full database looks like this. It has these objects. It has 2 tables. It has 4 queries. It has 2 forms, and it has 2 reports. Each one you want to see, you simply double click it and it will open. You see it. Double click, it will open. You can open all of them at once. You can see them using these name tabs. So if I want to go to query 3, I simply click here. If I want staff, I simply click here. Thank you very much for following. Now I'm waiting for the questions.